My mom was always my hero growing up. The reason being, she raised me and my 4 siblings by herself in the back of the Arts neighborhood, a rough and tumble area of Chicago. But you know, I always remember not having so much financially, but being just a very close-knit family, and it was all because of her zest for life and how much she loved her kids. Everything changed in our lives on July 13th, 2006. Started off as a normal day. I remember taking my mom to work. You know, as usual, nothing seemed wrong. So got home that day, and my mom was experiencing some pain in her neck. She really didn't complain about it too much, but she was making you know, some comments where I knew something wasn't right. Later that evening, went into the kitchen and did a rare cleaning, and I heard something, just a weird sound, almost like something slammed against the ground. And my brother started screaming, and I go into the living room, and my mom is on the floor and just looking up, almost lifeless. So I call 911, and you know, I never experienced something like that, and felt so helpless. So we followed the ambulance to the ER, and the doctors told us she had a massive heart attack. And you know, never knew that something was going to happen. Even though for years my mom wasn't, you know, the most healthy person in the world, just because she smoked and didn't always eat right, but it was always because she was focusing on us. And you know, that was the tough thing to realize, that something like that happened probably because she spent more attention on her kids than herself. Ever since that day, the doctors told us that it was a massive heart attack. I've been making it my mission to eradicate heart disease. Heart disease took away my mom, so what I'd like to do is take heart disease away from the world. And you know, whatever way I can do it, whether it's spreading my story so people are a little bit more aware of their own health, and you know, whether it's moms or their kids, you know, making sure that they're looking after not only their health, but their mom's health and their sister's health, and the important people in their lives, the people who might not really look at themselves and think that they're you know, at risk for a heart attack, but you know, I think everybody is. It's the #1 killer of people in this country, and I'll never forget what it did to my family, and I really don't want anybody else to ever go through that again.
My first symptoms presented about 3 weeks before I delivered my daughter. I had chest pains, and I called my OB-GYN at that point in time, and because the baby seemed to be moving, he just dismissed it as anxiety. And so they subsided after a few hours. Fast forward about 3 weeks to when I delivered my daughter. I had her on a Tuesday, went home on a Thursday, and woke up with really strong symptoms of the first being not being able to breathe. I had a strong cough that started to develop, and I went back to my OB-GYN, and at that point in time, they still considered it anxiety and sent me home with a prescription for cough medicine. I had a really difficult night just trying to breathe and struggle through that, and found my way to the ER the next morning, where they were able to start my care and helping to get my heart stabilized. Over the next week, the doctors came in and talked to me about heart failure, so I was officially diagnosed with postpartum cardiac myopathy. And you know, at that point in time, they basically were saying, you know, we don't know what your outcome is going to be. I'm here to definitely say it could happen to anybody. And you know, here I am. I was 29 years old, and I was, in my opinion, just great shape, and there was nothing to think, you know, why is this going to happen to me? You know, and their best guess is that I contracted a virus when I was pregnant that weakened my heart. I do still see my cardiologist on a yearly basis, and I have been completely cleared. I am very healthy. My heart has regained normal function, and in her words, my heart is as healthy as anybody else's right now. It meant a lot to me to be able to do a triathlon, literally 5 years, to the mark that I was in the hospital. It was really cool because I was in all red. I had all of my, Go Red stuff on. I had my pin. What the doctors did for me in understanding what was going on, I really feel like they saved my life. And I feel very drawn to the American Heart Association because, it's happened to me. I want people to know, I want people to think about this organization and donate financially, and their time, because I really, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Not a lot of people know that. It's raising awareness, but it's also raising research funds to continue advancements in cardiac care, and that's really why I'm involved. I think it's really important.